Everybody, what's going on? Sorry about that dead air. I'm having a little technical difficulty here. But you are tuned in live to Inspired Intimacy Talk Radio with yours truly, Dr. Intimacy, where we're having naked discussions about love, life, and intimacy every Wednesday night. Hashtag no socks. Right here from Fishbowl Radio Network in the Blue Stream, broadcasting live from the beautiful city of Arlington, Texas, where it is warm today. We had a nice warm day, finally. But you know, you can never trust that in Dallas, so just enjoying it for the day. But we are super excited to be in the studio tonight. Just me tonight. The No Socks crew is not here, but shout out to Mr. Motion, Southern Belle, and BZ. Hope you guys are enjoying Valentine's Day. Got me here working all by myself, but that's okay. That's all right.
But you never alone.
I'm Cinderella. They out at the ball. I'm right. Cinderella here working alone.
Yes.
But I miss you guys and looking forward to seeing you back here next week. And I hope you're enjoying your night. But I am really excited tonight. I have a very special guest with me tonight that drove here, like literally just drove here. I don't mean like last week or yesterday. Right. I don't even mean this morning. Right. I mean like literally a couple of hours ago. Just got here in Arlington from New York City. What?
K-LON, how y'all doing? K-LON, the artist, been known as K-LON McFadden, soon to be known as General Ka Soul, because the soul is what we represent, and the soul is what we're trying to bring the people back to in this generation, in this time. I love y'all. Thank you for tuning in, and it's an honor to be on this beautiful show. The beautiful spirit, this beautiful being on my left at the moment. I appreciate y'all, and thank you for inviting me. This is my first time in Texas.
Yay! Well, welcome. And man, I appreciate you coming out. I mean, I've had people come from Atlanta and Tennessee and Arkansas, but you are officially now the person who has traveled the furthest by car. Okay?
Yeah. Upstate New York.
Yes, you win the record. He has won the Inspired Intimacy Prize. Okay, you win the award.
That is an honor right there.
The furthest traveled guest. Okay, so wow. I mean, I'm so excited. And then you travel with your wife.
Yes, my queen, my kids.
And your two kids, right? So we need you to speak into the mic so our listeners can hear you.
Yep.
But you travel with your wife, your beautiful queen, and your two toddler daughters, 4 and 5, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so guys, it's okay if I tell on you, right?
Go tell on me.
Yeah, he called me Monday. I called him to find out, you know, where he was at, what time he was going to be here. I'm from New York, okay? New York, and I drove here to Texas from New York with my kids. So
that's deep.
I asked him what time he had left. It's about 7:30. He's like, oh, we just got on the road. I'm like, where are you at? He's like, we're still in New York. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, so what time you getting in? He's like, we'll be there tomorrow around 4 or 5. I'm like, okay. I'm like, I must be dealing with Jehu here,
right.
So, you know, Elijah or somebody. So you gonna get here in a car from New York to Texas with 2 toddlers in the car.
That was the ego.
Yeah.
That was the ego.
That's right. So,
you know, and when we have the ego, you know, we erase God out. EGO, we erase God out. So we need to keep God in, so God can, you know, show us that reality of the situation.
Right. Yeah, well, I gave you some reality right there on the phone, right? But I was real nice. I mean, I don't like speaking negative over anybody's faith. So I was like, well.
But you know, if it was just me alone, I would have did it. But you know, having daughters, you know, it's a urination break.
Right. Well, that's what I know. You got toddlers in the car, not even big kids.
And it was good for the most part.
Little kids, and you think you're driving straight through?
Man,
I was like,
that ego, erasing God out, keep God in.
Yeah. Look, I'm like, whatever you want, I need some. So anyway, it was so funny. I'm like, well, I was like, I ain't gonna say anything negative about it. We'll
Right.
just see what happens,
Right.
you know.
Right.
But I have to tell you guys, thank you all for spending Valentine's with us today, guys.
Yes.
So whoever's watching by Facebook Live, whoever's listening over the air, I think with what we have to share tonight, you're probably going to be, like, if you're alone tonight, you're probably going to be kind of happy about it.
Right.
after you hear what we had to talk about tonight. But I want to talk about self-love tonight because when K-LON and I, when I first got a chance to chop it up with you, I met him in a very unusual way. Okay, so I don't know this brother. We've literally known each other for about 2 weeks, maybe.
Yep. First time we met.
I met him in a really unusual way, so I think tonight is going to be really unusual. You guys need to hop on social media and share this if you haven't. Like, share it like crazy because I think tonight is going to be really unusual. So K-LON actually found me online doing research on
a topic called STD, which stands for spiritually transmitted diseases.
Okay, so he found me online doing researching spiritually transmitted diseases.
Yeah.
Okay. And those of you that know me well enough know that I wrote a book called STDs, which stands for Sexually Transmitted Demons.
Right.
So in his research, he came across me, and he called me, and it was late at night. It was about 11:30, and my business phone rang. So it's 11:30. I don't recognize the number. I'm not answering. Simple. Go to voicemail. Next thing you know, my personal mobile phone, a number that very few people get.
Right.
That's the family phone, And if a guy is really, really cute, he might get that number. You know what I mean?
All arrogance aside, thank you.
And so my personal mobile rings with the same number about 5 minutes later, and I'm like, okay, this individual must know me because they're calling me on my personal phone. Let me answer. This must be important. I pick up the phone, and it's a voice I don't recognize. And he's, hello, may I speak to Miss Lenine? I'm like, oh, dang, man, I done answered the phone on a stranger at 11:30 on a Saturday night on my personal phone. How did this happen? So, you don't know me. If you could have seen my face, I was so distressed.
The cringe. Let me see the face. I want to see the face.
Yeah, I was just really distressed. I was like, when you see me on the phone, I was like, oh, hi.
Yo, y'all got to take a snapshot of that face.
So
that's priceless right
I
there.
was like, nuts, man. So, but I knew he had gone through, you must have gone through some effort to get this phone. The fact that he had my personal phone number, I'm like, I don't know what this brother went through to get my phone number, but he got me.
And I spoke to your son.
So I'm like, okay, we gonna talk then.
Yeah.
So we started talking, and he tells me
that's
that
intimate.
Hey, what's up, Rick? What's up, all my Facebook followers? Rick, you better stay on. This brother is deep. You don't want to miss this. Nobody wants to miss this, but I know you are busy, Mr. Black Friday. Rick Mathis is the creator of a movie documentary series called Black Friday. It's really good. You know what? It's Black History Month. You guys need to actually get this documentary. It is so amazing.
I got some Black History art for today, too.
Yeah, you have to. You have to. Look it up, though. Black Friday. Put your link in there in the feed.
Black Friday. Everybody remember Black Friday.
Yeah, put your link in the feed. So anyway, me and K-LON were talking, and he told me that he got my phone number from my son. My son is getting stranger.
That's creepy.
It's strange. Yes, I was definitely starting to feel creepy. I was like, yo, this dude might be a witch or something. He's starting to scare me.
it's definitely some power behind it.
Yeah. So
I'm a soul warrior.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm not going to belabor this story. Anyway, that is how we ended up meeting, and it turned out to be one of the best late night surprise phone calls from a stranger that I had ever gotten. He began to talk to me about what he was doing, and you own a record company, a magazine, you're an artist. He was telling me that all the revelations that I share online.
I got a partner that owns a magazine out of Detroit. We're real close, real good friend of mine, real good queen, very down to earth. Get this Wisdom magazine. BlackFridayFilmSeries.com. That's the website. Black Friday Film
series.com. And I mean, these documentaries are off the chain. I know you guys are already black and proud, but you're going to feel even more black and even more proud to be black.
Oh, yeah.
You know, once you get this, once you get these Black Friday movies. So check that out. Let me get this call.
Okay.
Hey, caller, you're live on the air with Dr. Intimacy and my special guest, K-LON. Did you call to join our naked discussion?
Yes.
Hi, who's calling? Where are you calling from?
Jerry Kaya Hines from Montgomery, Alabama.
All right.
Please, Jerry, that's my mentor right there.
Okay, Jerry. Well, we're just kind of getting started right now. We haven't really gotten into our topic for tonight yet. But what did you want to? What was your commentary?
I actually talk about spirituality. You know what I mean? He's thinking about spirituality.
Okay. I'm sorry. What?
That's he. Basically, that's my mentor. My mentor, taught me a lot about metaphysics. And how the spirit. When we're in tune, with the spirit, that we can love from the source. So he's been my mentor for years. A therapist. Every therapist needs a therapist. So he has definitely guided me through life in a metaphysical, spiritual way.
Oh, wow. Well, thank you so much, mentor, for calling in. What's his name again?
His name is Jerry. That's Jerry Hines.
Jerry Hines.
Jerry Hines.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Continue to listen in. We need to get into the dialogue a little bit more, lay some more foundation. But thank you so much for calling.
Okay, no problem.
Peace.
So anyway, so guys, thank you. It's Valentine's Day, and some of you guys are home alone, and you might be sulking and saying, wow, I'm so sad, there's nobody with me today, and so on and so forth. So I really wanted to talk about the most important kind of love tonight, outside of the love of God, is that self-love.
Yes.
It's that love for self, and why we feel like we have to be receiving that externally to feel whole, and some of the lengths that we will go through to even compromise our integrity, our morals, our value, to get that external, oftentimes false representation of love, and really diminish the power of our own self-love. And so, when I was talking to you, you were talking about healing, healing the woman, and you were talking about some really deep things. So what I want to do is I want to play. K-LON he's an artist, and this was based on my book, was it? STDs.
Yeah. Actually, what I seen a post on Instagram that said, condoms can't protect you from spiritually transmitted diseases. So, and that topic has been just like resonated in my heart for years. My auntie told me, when I told her like I lost my virginity, she like, you got all these wives walking around here. I'm like, auntie, what you mean? She said every time you lay down with a woman, you marry them in a sense. So that stuck with me, and I felt that, that every time, I'm intimate with someone, our spirits exchange. So, but when I seen the acronym, because I'm a crazy acronym, fanatic.
Okay.
So once I seen the acronym, I'm like, ooh, I've been feeling like that for years. So I wanted to put it into a song so that it can reach people. But I'm a student. I'm a student of the universe. I don't just go into a situation blinded. So I started researching, because I can go off of my own personal experience, but I feel that when I go, when I channel into the highest power, the universe brings me people. And that's what brought me to you. I looked up, the STD, spiritually transmitted demons, on Google, and it brought me to you. So I started listening. I'm like, wow.
Yes, I am the reigning authority online, by the way, when it comes to all things sex demons.
Yeah,
You look anything up, you're going to find my name there.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people don't know that about me that watch this show.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's deep, because a lot of people don't view that intimate moment as spiritual, when in reality everything is spiritual. That we're living in a external world, but everything comes from inside. Inspiration, internal thoughts, internal feelings, everything comes from the inside and manifests out. you know.
Right,
So and
right.
it has an effect, you know. Like, you can play the song. I don't want to
Yeah,
give
let
too
me
much
play
information.
Let me play this song because now I wrote a book called STDs,
Yeah.
which stands for Sexually Transmitted Demons, and I've wanted to actually write a song about it for years
Ooh.
because I rap too.
What?
Yeah. Oh, you didn't know it?
Ah,
Yeah,
see?
Yeah.
See?
I guess down.
Life
I guess
is full
down.
of mysteries.
But
It's
I've
surprises.
never actually gotten around to writing this song. So when
Yeah.
I heard your song tonight, I was like,
You liked it?
"Yo, are you serious?" Yeah, I started jumping around. I'm like, "Are you kidding me right now?"
Yeah.
So I was so hyped when I heard this song, guys. So
Thank you.
I'm gonna play the
Appreciate
song right now.
I wrote that the day, like, I finished it right after we talked.
Man, that's crazy. So he
Yeah.
did this whole piece in like a week, about right.
Yep.
Man, all right. So I'm gonna play the song, and hopefully you guys on the live feed can hear it.
Oh,
And then-
produced by Easy on the Beats. I want to make that clear. Produced by Easy on the Beats.
Okay, so we'll be back right after this. You're listening to Inspired Intimacy Talk Radio with yours truly, Dr. Intimacy, and my special guest, K-LON, all the way from New York. Hey, my hometown. We're having naked discussions about love, life, and intimacy. Hashtag no socks. The topic tonight, self-love when sex is not your God. So we're going to play this original track
Yes.
by K-LON. He wrote the words. The words are so deep. You really need to be paying attention to the actual lyrics
What's good,
of this,
Unc?
okay?
My honey.
So listen, I'm going to play it now, and then we'll be right back to continue this conversation.
Yeah.
Is it all the way up? I don't know if you guys can hear it. I hope you can hear it. You need to invite some people on your Facebook. No, don't you touch that.
Hey, you know what she's doing.
You just reach over right there.
Yep.
Can you get rid of the chat bubble? His phone is a little sensitive.
I know, right?
Yeah, so you tap on that right there. Yeah, that'll allow you to invite your
Oh,
friends.
man.
Pop up. Make sure you guys invite first.
Invite everybody you know. So everybody can get this soul so we can
You
grow.
can listen to the song. Crazy, right? Oh my gosh. I just really need to hear.
Yeah. You sing good?
Great song.
Oh, man.
I love this spoken word.
Oh, my God, yeah. I need you on the label.
Tell me.
You get paid for streams and downloads.
Okay. Let's do it. You guys heard that, right? Hey, we making business deals in here.
It's solidified.
Yeah, I'm just
all that.
doing some invites right now. Soul doctor,
Yeah.
surgeon for your
Yeah.
soul.
Yeah.
Hey caller, we're on commercial break right now. This is Dr. Intimacy. Who's calling? Caller?
Hello?
Hi, who's calling?
Hi, I can barely hear you.
Yeah, we're on commercial break right now, so the music is on. So
Okay.
just sit tight,
Tell
okay?
K-LON, this is Lynn Brown from Cell Block Creations.
I love you, mama.
He can hear you.
I love you.
Hey,
Hey. She said she was an early bird. She came in, she was ready.
you sound like you're down in the tunnel, baby. I can't hear you at all, but...
All right, hold on.
I'm just going to hang on the line till I get a connection.
All right, guys. Hey, how are you? We are back from that break. This is Dr. Intimacy. You're listening to Inspired Intimacy Talk Radio, where we're having naked discussions about love, life, and intimacy. Hashtag no socks every Wednesday night from 9 to 11 p.m. right here on Fishbowl Radio Network in the Blue Stream. Shout out to the FBRN family. And listen, if you want to check this out on mobile, you can download that FBRN app. The Fishbowl Radio app is available on Android and Apple, so you can check out all of the great content from the Fishbowl family right from your mobile device. But I have in the studio with me tonight K-LON McFadden, all the way here, just fresh in from New York, like literally drove here over the last 2 days, arrived just like a couple of hours ago. And the topic for tonight is Valentine's Day, and I really wanted to do something for the people that may have been feeling sad that their romantic relationship status is not where they want it to be.
Right.
And I wanted to talk about the power of self-love, and how sometimes when we're controlled and ruled by our sex drives or desire for sex, how it diminishes that power and it dilutes that power. And I thought it would be a great topic for K-LON because he's so deep and he's really into self-healing and soul healing and metaphysical healing. And so you've just been listening to his original song, his original artwork. It was called STD, which stands for Spiritually Transmitted Disease. What I want you to do, K-LON, is actually, can you read the lyrics? Because, I mean, when you read the verse to me over the phone, I was just blown away. Can you please just, like, read it? All right, I'm going to have him.
I brought my journal.
Yeah, I'm going to have,
Yeah.
I messed up there.
No, we got it. We here.
Yeah, so I want him to actually, I don't want you guys to miss these lyrics. They were amazing. They were really, really amazing. So get your phone out there and let's check these lyrics out. Hey, everybody on Facebook Live. Thank you for joining in. How are you taking care of yourself today on Valentine if you're alone, if you actually celebrate Valentine? Some people don't regard it because it's a pagan holiday. I know. But we could claim it as a day of love. You know, we don't have to honor those old filthy demonic roots. You know what I mean?
I think that, every day, should be Valentine's Day, but not just, Valentine's Day between, man and woman, but it should be, Valentine's Day of the world, of the universe. We should spread love, to each other, in many different levels, in many different forms, in many different ways, because the world is in need of healing and love.
Hey Tate, what's up from the BAD squad, the BAD squad? Okay, yeah, so go ahead, read these lyrics to us from this song called STD.
Yeah, so it starts off, be careful who you have sex with. Some spirits are reckless and got a death wish. Condoms can't protect you from transmitted demons. Detox your spirit, the enemy is scheming. Sex addicts be fiending for a drug called pleasure and won't go to rehab to get it together. Rejecting the mind to live for the flesh. Feeding the body with no intellect is suicidal, a lack of self-love. Put down the toxins and get your health up. Lord help us, we're blinded in the physical, thinking if we have sex then it's not spiritual. You can have sex with a person suicidal, wake up with the same thoughts rooted deep inside you. We become love, one, when we have sex. Flesh to flesh, our spirits connect. That's verse 1.
Did you guys hear that? I'm still just tripping. Wait, say that suicide verse again.
Yeah.
Hey, Aaron, what's up?
Yep. So I said, we can have sex with a person suicidal. Wake up with the same thoughts rooted deep inside you.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that is so crazy.
It's a spiritual thing. It's when we make love, we connect spiritually, emotionally, and some people may, like just have baggage in their life and then, that never had a certain kind of baggage, and then find themselves, feeling, maybe depressed, maybe suicidal, maybe and not that worst case scenario, but could feel the person, feel the feelings that the other persons feel. But it could also work in a positive way. That we may not have as much happy moments, and then make love to a person that has a high vibration, and feel happy. So it's definitely a deep thing, and I definitely think it's spiritual.
Oh, it definitely is.
and it roots deep. Like the second verse is, sex demons raped my mother's back in slavery days. They spirit led by hatred filled ways. Lust is a demon raping innocent wombs. Hurting the mother only lead us to doom. My great grandmother got raped by a sharecropper. When the spirit is sick, we need a soul doctor. My mother got raped before I was born, so when I was in the womb, I know that I had to be strong. I was in the storm with her, I felt what she felt, I tried to heal her. Though I needed healing myself, she used to hit me and blame me for why she got raped. She didn't mean it, I could tell by the looks in her face. She was hurt from the past, generational curse. Tried drugs to numb the pain, but it was making it worse. Sometimes we pass down demons not knowing we do. This generation lacking spiritual truth. Spiritual food. Yeah, that one was more personal.
Wow, that is so.
That was personal.
Whew, that is so. So, I'm just tripping right now because I've been teaching on this for so many years, and to hear somebody put it into a song like that, it's just amazing. I mean, I'm not usually speechless, but I feel a little flustered right now. Just listening to this song is so crazy. But when I was talking about, spiritually transmitted demons, I started talking in the book I was sharing. And you guys can get that book on my website, LenineHanaya.com, if you want to check that book out.
Get that book.
Man, it's amazing. It's cheap. It's fun to read, deep. It makes you laugh, but it really gives you some deep insight into how all of this works. But I remember, being a little girl, hating cigarette smoke.
Oh, yeah, I hate cigarette
smoke.
I
hated the smell of it. I hated the smoke. I didn't like being around it. And I always said I would never, ever smoke. And then I had sex with somebody that smoked cigarettes.
Wow.
And all of a sudden one day, for no reason, I just picked up a cigarette and I started smoking. For no reason. And I still hated it. I smoked for 8 years. 8 years I smoked. And I hated it the entire 8 years. I got dizzy every time, sick every time. But for some reason, I just continued to smoke. I know what that reason is now, but I didn't understand it then. The transfer of that spirit of addiction, like I took on a personality trait that wasn't even mine. Right. That had nothing to do with me.
Wow.
So this stuff is so real. I mean, I could tell you story after story after story, because I was really promiscuous when I was a teenager, and so I picked up all of these these spirits and tendencies and characteristics and natures that didn't belong to me. And so when we're talking about self-love tonight, the power of self-love when sex is not your God, the reason that I titled it that way is because you really lose touch with your authentic self. The more people you have sex with, the more you lose sight of who you are as an individual, as a distinct individual, apart from all of these people that you have now connected with, because you're taking in somebody's DNA every time they enter into you. You're taking in somebody's DNA, which carries their spiritual imprint. So now you've connected spirit to spirit, and then
your genetic codes.
Your genetic code. What's even deeper than that, though, or as deep at least, is that the Bible says that when God blew breath into the man, that he became a living soul, right? So then your breath carries your soul, which is your mind, your will, and your emotions. So when you're kissing somebody and you're exchanging all this breath, or you're having sex and you're heavy breathing and all this breath is going back and forth, I mean, there's literally a soul exchange that happens. So now, it's deeper than a soul tie. It's so much deeper than that. Now, You wake up the next day having some thoughts that are not yours. Why? Because that person's mindset has entered into you. Their emotional state has entered into you. Remember, the mind, the will, and the emotions. You're wanting things that you never wanted before. Stuff that you used to want, you no longer want. I mean, you begin to lose touch with your authentic self. And so the more this happens, the more you don't know who you are anymore. And so a lot of people, K-LON, and I'm going to let you jump back in here because, man, I could talk about this in a stream for hours.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are confused about their destiny and their purpose. And you know why? That's a result of promiscuity. Because you have the remnants of so many other souls in you. You have so many other people's mind in you. You have so many other people's emotions in you and their will in you. And you have all of these.
It's like Shang Tsung.
Got all of these
Mortal Kombat.
All these fragments, all of this residue. You got all of this DNA residue, all of this spiritual residue. And so you don't even know now what is you.
It attacks the inner womb.
Yeah, you're not even sure. So speak to that because I know you can jump in here with me.
So, it attacks the inner womb. When we even like beyond sex, just energy, itself, when we are around people, who have a certain energy about themselves, and a lot of people give off vibes and energies and are not conscious of it, so when we are around, people or just, I feel like everything that we see, everything that we eat, everything is like feeding our senses, so, and I feel like in order to heal, we have to be healthy. We have to eat healthy in all ways, whether it's food, whether it's healthy words. You have to when you're in your house, you want to surround yourself with healthy visuals, so that you can feed, your visual sense healthy.
Nice.
And it's crazy because the word heal isn't healthy. So it's like there is a master chess player that puts a lot of codes and things that we may not notice, but it's real. And words have power. So you have to speak life into yourself as well to heal too.
Right.
So when I say, I feel like if we heal the womb, then we can heal everything that comes out of the womb because, we came out of our mother, and as well as the earth. If we heal the womb of earth, then we can heal everything in earth. Which brings me to my next song, which has a woman, and I entitled the song "Woman Free." Basically, healing the womb, and when we heal the womb, the children, that come out of the womb will be healthy as well. So, like when I said in the line, that sex demons raped my mothers back in slavery days, that was the slave master, would rape, our ancestors, the women. And that planted a seed of hatred in her womb. So it's like, we're taught, early to hate ourselves, so we're here to reverse that.
Right. And going back to that self-love and how important it is to not allow sex to be your God. If you are feeding yourself all of I love how you say you have to feed yourself healthy visuals and healthy audio. You didn't say that, but now I'm thinking about all of it.
Touch, healthy touch.
Smells. I love for my house to smell good, and I like for it to look nice, and I like hearing nice things. So you're feeding yourself things that make you feel good and happy, but you can do all of this work to get yourself healthy, have sex with the wrong person, and get infected with their disease. You can get infected with their negativity. So if they're not feeding themselves, and you can even see the picture of that in the natural. I mean, you can have somebody that's a world-class athlete. Matter of fact, we got a perfect example. You have somebody like Magic Johnson. This guy was a world-class athlete, but he had sex with the wrong person, and he became sick. And so, that's a real practical example. But in the spiritual, it's the same way. You can be doing so much to feed your spirit. You could be trying to feed your spirit everything to grow in your relationship with God. You can be feeding your body healthy food. You can be listening to the right things and watching the right things. And you can be making goals and plans. But remember, when you have sex with somebody, now their genetic code, their spiritual imprint, their mind, their will, their emotions infiltrates your spiritual territory. It infiltrates now. So all of this that you've done to get healthy, if that spirit that enters in is infected, guess what? It undoes all of the work that you did.
Right. And
so
that's the purpose of exercising. Because first we heal, we are healthy to heal, but there's a next step to exercise.
And what's that?
And when basically, so if you're doing these things to remain healthy, you have to constantly exercise these things, because without exercise we don't get stronger. So just like Jesus would exercise demons. Jesus Christ had to exercise the spirit of a being so that being can get rid of demons. Because you had that person in the Bible that walked up to Jesus and just touched him and got healed because she believed. So it has to be exercise. We have to exercise these spiritual things, these healthy things, so that we can get stronger. So when those diseases do come, they can stop.
That's true.
You get what I'm saying? It's like a force field, that we give ourselves, and the more that we exercise that strength of our spirituality and these healthy things that feed our spirit healthy, we have to exercise to get stronger.
So we have to have. It will build up our spiritual immune system, if you will.
Yes, exactly.
And our soul immune system. I like that. I
Yes.
that. I was telling one of my friends, I think just yesterday, that every time I can feel my body getting a cold, I can feel, because you can tell when you're about to get a cold. Yeah. My body just rejects it. It never manifests actually into a cold. I felt that it tried to come.
Yep.
And then it just goes away.
Body prophecy.
And and I want to encourage everybody listening now, because I know some people are horrified. It's like, I've had sex with so many people, I am doomed. Right, what I mean? I don't want you to feel doomed. I mean, it's possible to purge, but if you want to get healthy, the first thing that you need to do is stop doing the damage.
Yes.
Don't continue to do the damage. So if we're going to work on healing you, then you have to stop. You have to stop reinfecting yourself, right? You have to stop adding new infections. Right. So you're going to have to clean up the infection connection. You know what I mean? So
bars, the infection connection.
Yeah.
Reverse it.
Right. So you can be purged and you can become whole again. Like I told you, I was very, very promiscuous when I was younger, through my teens and young adults. And this was years ago. And so the Lord showed me how to purge and how to disconnect from all of those spirits, from all of those soul ties. That's why you need to get that book, STD, Sexually Transmitted Demons. You get it on my website.
And the album is coming soon, too. We got to turn that into an audiobook, do a soundtrack for that.
Yeah, that'll be good.
A whole album.
That'll be good. But DrIntimacy.com, you can go to DrIntimacy.com. I'm telling you, you really, really need to read that, because I'm telling you how I actually purged. I don't want anyone to feel doomed listening to this, like, wow, what am I going to do now? There is a way to go through a cleansing process. Yes. But the first thing that you need to do is you got to stop infecting yourself. You need to deal with what is going on in your life, who you're with. And, I posted something on my Facebook page, K-LON, and I said, and this was to believers, because everybody has their different beliefs, and maybe some people listening, they don't believe in a higher power, and they don't ascribe to the teachings of the Bible. So I don't really know what to say to you, like, live and let live, have fun, eat, drink, be merry, and die. Yeah. But you know what I mean?
Definitely be merry.
Yeah, but for those that ascribe to Christianity, if the person that you're dating is not marriage material, why are you dating them? I threw that question out there on Facebook. It's like, why are you with somebody that you know right now you couldn't spend the rest of your life with? Why are you with them?
Since I'm not gonna oppose, like, I have the answer, but I have had stories, and I have an understanding on people who feel like they are not worthy themselves, or they have something inside of themselves that they're battling, and they choose the energy that they have within themselves that they might not be, conscious of. Some people, are very egotistical, and put standards high that they're not even living themselves.
That's so true.
We have to be real with ourselves.
Yeah.
Be honest with ourselves. It took me, years, to actually settle down because of things that I was battling inside myself. I grew up in a family of women, 5 aunties, single mom, single grandma, and I seen a lot. I seen, the best qualities in a woman. I seen the worst, qualities in a woman, but it was all real. It was all real because, my mother being a single mother, went through, a lot of struggles raising two sons, by herself. And, she was went through a lot of abusive relationships, but I've seen the best, and I've seen her conquer, but I've also seen that it damaged her and made her cold at times.
Yeah.
And with me having that in me, like I said in the song, I felt my mother's pain from the womb. And mothers out there know that if you have a son, you have a child, they feel everything you feel.
That is so true.
Everything you feel. So
that is so true.
It gave me some things to look out for in a woman. I remember I dated this one woman who lost, her father. And my mother told me, like, be careful with her because she's going to look up to you like a father as opposed to an equal part. So, I listened to my mom. I listened to my mom because at the end of the day, this is my first teacher.
Right.
Because I came from her. So, I'm like, okay, I'm going to, let that one go past. And then, but I met another woman that went through the same thing, and I'm like, you know what? It's something about, women who, lost their fathers, I'm drawn to them, they're drawn to me, because I grew up without a father,
right.
So with them having that lack of, or, having their father taken from them, we can relate in a sense,
right.
So, but yeah, it's deep. I can go on and on, but we definitely need to exercise self-love. I mean, it is work. Everything, nothing comes easy. Like I'm going through, loving myself every day, learning more and exercising more every day. Just before I came here, I was doing some exercises, just to keep my body strong. But, as on earth as it is in heaven. So that whatever we do in the physical is also in the spirit, and whatever we do in the spirit manifests in the physical. So we got to exercise to be strong.
Let me give this caller one. She's been so patiently waiting here. I actually forgot she was here. This conversation got so deep. Hey, caller, you are live on the air with Dr. Intimacy and K-LON. Did you call to join our naked discussion?
So hard. I am laughing so hard, you two, because I've been listening to you for like 15 minutes. K-LON, this is Lynn Brown.
Hi, Lynn.
Hey.
I love you.
Actually, Lynn, it's been 23 minutes and 41 seconds.
She's an early trooper and very patient.
It was all good, you two. I am an older lady compared to you all, and I am just, K-LON called me, and I was just like, I have loved him from the minute I spoke to him. I just want to say that.
Oh,
thank you. I love you too.
He is wise beyond his years. And I'm honored to be on this show. I'm just loving listening to you guys, really.
okay. Well, thank you so much for giving that shout out to K-LON. Did you have any nuggets of wisdom to share with us about what we've been talking about with the STDs and self-love?
I think that it is really raw and really true, and it's something that has not been addressed, especially with young people. I run a reentry prison ministry, and that's why K-LON connected to me. And, what I see is we have been brainwashed into this whole world of, free love, free sex, whatever, but it's such a lie. it's just a lie.
Mm-hmm.
And we have wrecked our families. We have brought destruction upon ourselves from not following what God has set forth for us. He's not controlling us to tell us, no, no, no. He is telling us the best way to have life. And, you know, we just kind of evolved out of that. You know, we want to do it our way. And when you guys were talking about ego, yeah, edging God out. It is so true. We don't want to hear what he said, but he said all these things so that we would have the best.
Mm.
And we get in our own ego and we think we know better than God. How could we possibly know better than God, who created us, who told us, this is for you? He gave us a garden in the beginning. And we blew it. And here we are, you know. Here we are again.
Yeah.
We're still blowing it.
You're
And
right.
he still wants the best for us. So I have to tell you, my heart has turned to a ministry for broken people. And I go into the prisons now, and I'll tell you what, I have such awesome conversations with people who have been through it all, because God finally said enough. And when he locks them away and they have to get quiet, they learn a lot. I've learned so much wisdom from people who have been locked away.
Wow.
So
That is deep.
I just want y'all to know that keep telling the truth. K-LON, I really want to meet you so bad.
In due time, love, we
and
did.
I know we will.
Yes.
And not only are you a great speaker and a wonderful lyrics writer, poet,
Amen.
your art is beautiful,
Thank you.
and
So, Lynn, I got to get this other caller trying to
growing
call
our
in.
relationship.
But
Yes,
thank you
yes.
so much, sweetheart. I appreciate you. And thank you for your patience.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Love
All
you.
right, you guys, have a great evening. God bless you.
Bye.
Yes.
I don't think I ever had a caller wait that long to actually
Yeah,
talk.
she's very patient. Very patient.
Yeah. I'm sorry, caller that's been trying to call in. Call back and make sure your speakers are down.
Yeah,
when you
313.
call.
That's Queen. That's Queen Shot. She that's the one that owns the Get This Wisdom magazine. That's my partner right there.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, we actually coming out with a Get This Wisdom mixtape. You know, from people all across the world. That want to spread just wise messages. And it will be released through Black Soul Records 2018. Children.
Black Soul Records, man.
Yes.
I need to hook you over Rick Mathis. Black
Yeah.
Friday. We gotta do all the.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's unity.
I love it. Let's grab this call.
Yeah.
Hi, caller. You're live on the air with Dr. Intimacy and K-LON. Did you call to join our naked discussion? Oh, they failed. So guys, I want to play this next song. What do you want me to play next?
Woman Free.
All right. So this is another original track by K-LON,
Yep.
the artist.
Ayoka featuring K-LON, the artist. I wrote some of the material. This is a singer from Rochester, New York. There's an EP out right now called Woman Free, spelled Woman Free.
Okay. So we'll check that out, guys. You're listening to Inspired Intimacy Talk Radio with yours truly, Dr. Intimacy, where we're having naked discussions about love, life, and intimacy. # no socks. We'll be right back after this break to continue to talk about the power of self-love when sex is not your God. And right now we're going to listen to this original track with, you said it's by
Ayoka
Featuring
featuring K-LON, the artist.
K-LON. And this is from your record label,
Yes,
right?
yes.
All right, guys, we'll be right back. Enjoy. You guys enjoying yourself? This is so fun.
Oh, Natalie, the number is on the flyer.
214-431-5062. 214-431-5062. If my Facebook watchers want to call in. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
Young Sleep, salute King.
And make sure you guys invite.
I'm around, my mind is right. Gotta make sure
All right, caller, we're on a commercial break right now. Did you call and join our next discussion?
Yes, I can hold.
Okay, thank you. Make sure you guys invite, share.
There's a few things that I need. Lots of affection and loyalty, commitment and honesty. I'm getting myself together 'cause I got some place to go.
She sound like Erica Badu a little bit.
She got that swag. She's very organic.
Okay.
I'm trying to get the body out the line, trying to seek knowledge to activate the mind. Golden state of mind keeps my heart aligned. In my darkest time, so peace of mind ain't hard to find. The sun will shine, never blind to the crimes, lights will guide my soul will rise. I travel this road with eyes, purifying my wounds to heal my mind.
Hi, caller. You're on a call group. We're on commercial break right now. Please hold.
If you want to be with me, there's a few things that I need. Lots of affection and loyalty, commitment and honesty. I feel you, boo. I need that too. The truth is, every day I'm healing my root. Trying to detox from ills in my past. Letting things go that I know won't last. Get my mind right. The time's right now. I know you shine bright. I see the light in your smile. I wanna elevate
You guys hear
you. I
that?
don't wanna hurt you.
Can
I
you
don't wanna
hear
curse you. I
works?
wanna rebirth you. Yeah. Rejuvenation essence high. I just want you to rise. The enemy wants you to die. I want you to heal inside. People try to kill our vibes. Collide. They want souls. Road try to divide what we sow. But what we know is pure indeed. Seed like a tree eternally. What you need is honesty and loyalty. Then you got it. Best believe I'ma be honest.
We're on commercial break, guys. We'll be back in a minute.
If you want to be with me, there's a few things that I need. Lots of
Hey,
affection
Facebook
and
guys.
loyalty, commitment and honesty.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Yep, I'm coming to Houston, 17th.
Hey guys, thank you for staying with us throughout that break. You're listening to Inspired Intimacy Talk Radio with yours truly, Dr. Intimacy. Shout out to the No Socks crew, not here this week celebrating Valentine's Day. Mr. Motion, Southern Belle, and BZ. Love you guys. Looking forward to seeing you next week. We're having naked discussions about love, life, and intimacy here on Inspired Intimacy. No socks. Do you know what no socks means, K-LON?
I don't know. It's been racking in my brain.
No socks means that when we have a naked discussion, we take it all off.
Wow. Okay.
Like,
Okay.
yes.
That's how I am. I'm raw.
Yeah, we
I
strip
perform
all
with
the
my
way
shoes
down.
off.
Huh?
I perform with my shoes off when I'm on stage. I
Oh,
perform
do
with my
you?
shoes. Yeah.
Yeah, shoes, socks, everything got to come
get
off.
rugged and real around here.
Yes, yes. But I have my special guest with me all the way here from New York. This is K-LON. He's a
585.
record label owner. He's an artist, both a musician and a visual artist
Me
as
and
well,
Leonardo
right?
da Vinci got the same birthday. I'm the black reincarnated version of Leonardo da Vinci, but not Leonardo da Vinci, but not self-absorbed. It's elevation for my people.
Okay, awesome. So we were just listening to the song Womb Man.
Yeah, woman free.
Yeah, Womb Man Free. And you know, you were talking about healing. You were talking about that healing of the womb.
Yeah.
Now, when you say that, when you say healing the womb, are you talking specifically about healing women?
Mm-hmm.
A focus on healing women internally? Like, what does that mean?
I feel like we all have a womb, you know, male and female.
Okay.
You know, so in order, basically the womb, you know, it's your root. You know, it's your root chakra. When you heal things in your root chakra, you can elevate, you know, to the next, you know, chakras and travel up. You know, but in order to let your crown chakra guide your decisions, let your crown chakra basically we have to heal our root. when we heal our root, then we can elevate. You know, we have to get rid of the toxins, you know, that destroy us. You know, so that's basically what the song means, and the reason why it's womb man free, because you know we all have a womb, whether it's woman or man. You know, and man is in woman. You know, so we're all one. You know, so and that's basically what I was trying to convey. You know, that we heal the womb, then we can heal everything up.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So I did a show about that recently. I
Really?
used different terminology. I referred to it as the core.
Yeah, the core.
I talked about our core.
Yeah.
I was on show with Dr. Omai Coffee. What's up, Omai? I love you, Dr. Coffee. But we were talking about the power of core and getting in touch with your core. And this again goes back to the whole overall subject matter, the power of self-love.
Yes.
You know, when you're not letting anything external control you.
Right.
It's really, really hard to reach the core, to get in touch with your core,
Right.
when you've allowed so many other spirits and souls. You've got all these soul ties, soul bonds, soul connections, soul fusion. I did a teaching on that one time. People talk about soul ties all the time.
Yeah.
But the teaching that I did was actually called soul connections, because soul ties are just one form of soul connection. You have soul ties, you have soul bonds, you have soul fusion, and you have soul entanglements. So there's a lot that can happen with the soul. It's not just a soul tie. You know, you may be fused to somebody, and that's like a whole deeper issue.
I'm a student right now. I'm learning. I'm digesting everything right now.
And so what happens is, you know, we actually lose the ability to connect with core. We can no longer connect with core. And if you can't connect with core, I was talking earlier about how people are lacking a sense of purpose. You know, and that's one of the things that I do in my practice. I have a personal insights practice. I'm an entomocologist. I call myself the surgeon for the soul. And a lot of times what I have to focus on is cutting away all of those external tumors that are preventing people from reaching their core.
Exactly.
That they can't get in touch with that womb, as you say, any longer, because they've allowed so many things in. They've allowed their, you know, we allow our identity to be lost in what we do. We think that we are what we do. What we do comes from us. We don't come from it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So you go to education, you get education, and now it's like, well, that's who I am. It's like, no, that education was birthed out of you. You know, it came from your learning, from your brain, from your core. But part of that is like we are always reaching for something external to stimulate us, to define us, to validate us, because we can no longer get in touch with that power, that intrinsic power that we were born with. We were born so powerful, made in the image and the likeness of the Creator. We are born full of power. And what we do is we give that power away. We give it away.
And that's the power. Like when you say self, you know, I think about supreme, you know, and, you know, I have, you know, teachers that, you know, taught me, you know, supreme mathematics, you know, and I've went, you know, to people in the community and I would say, peace God. You know, I would say peace goddess, I would say peace king. And, you know, people would get offended. Like, what you mean? There's only one king. And I'm like, yeah, I'm talking to him. You know, and I feel that, you know, when we take that God from within and go out to find that God, we are godless. You see what I'm saying? We have to identify the God within, you know, in order for us to manifest greatness. You know, a lot of us, you know, we feel that we have to follow a doctrine, you know, constantly. You know, if they told me that it's like this, so let me just live like this, you know, and we become, you know, isolated and we become divided, you know. So we have to see that, you know, God, you know, the highest power, the oneness, you know, is all love, is all one soul, you know. And once we embrace that, you know, power within, you know, we can manifest and change ills that may plague the earth and have been plaguing the earth for a long time. There's a lot of, you know, people who, you know, hate themselves because they don't know self. You know, in order to know self, we have to study self. You know, my brother got killed, you know, 2013, you know, and you know, I was studying a lot about Africa, and a lot about, Kwanzaa. My auntie taught me 7 principles of Kwanzaa, so I grew up, like that, and my brother would say, well, who are you? And I would say, well, I'm from the Mingo tribe. My ancestors came from the Mingo tribe. So I'm a warrior. My name mean warrior. But he's like, no, but who are you? And I had to really sit back and really analyze that. Like, wow, I really don't know myself. So I had to study myself and do commit war on my own mind. If you may, I had to really study myself, and I had to slay a lot of spirits that were inside of me so that I can, be victorious. And I found out, that I am victorious. I am a warrior, but I'm a soul warrior, and I'm here to set other warriors free and to bring them home to the spirit, because without the God spirit, we cannot survive in this natural physical world.
That is true. We can't thrive here for sure.
Yeah.
We can't thrive.
Right.
We can just exist.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But we have these two callers hanging on the line. You guys are actually on the line together. Hi, callers. You are on the air with Dr. Intimacy and K-LON. Did you call to join our naked discussion?
Love and Black Power family. This is Shakti Sterner.
All right, so I'm going to let you go first.
Peace,
are you
guys.
the 313 caller?
Yes, I am.
All right, so we also have 585 on the line, so just hold on a minute there, our other caller. Thank you.
It's my queen right there.
Indeed. So, again, shout out to the Queen for the platform. You have a very powerful show going on here.
Thank you.
I've been listening, and I'm very, very excited with the content that you are delivering.
Thank you so
And
much.
shout out. Thank you, Queen. It's an honor. Thank you for the gift that you have provided in the world with your show. And shout out to the King, K-LON. That's my brother. That's my soulmate. That's my friend. He's a real powerful king, and the music that he's delivering is definitely needed on a broad scale. So definitely shout out to you, King. I see you shining. And tonight's topic definitely touches home for me and so many others. And I have a message from Spirit to deliver. I'll keep it short as possible. Family, the answers you are looking for are not within the world. They begin within you. If you seek to have that connection with God, that divine creator, you have to notice and recognize that energy within yourself. That's where the concept of self-love comes from. Embracing it within yourself. We have a lot of broken individuals out here spiritually because they're looking for the world to give them the love that they should be giving them themselves, family.
Mm-hmm.
What you're looking for, all you have to do is go look in the mirror. And you will see that love that you are looking for, that you are yearning for, that you need, that your soul craves and desires. You cannot love anyone else until you develop that deep down spiritual self-love. You fall so deep in love with yourself that the world no longer matters to you.
Yeah. She's right.
And I just want my family to really sit back and look at yourself and know that you're beautiful, that you are powerful, that you come from a divine source of greatness, a divine love. And that love that God has for you is also meant for you to have for yourself. And every day that you step into this world without having that self-love, you are disrespecting not only yourself, but God as well. So take the time to heal spiritually, internally, mentally, and physically. so you can give the love and have the love that you've been looking for all your life.
Yes.
Thank
Taking
you.
that home. I love you. Thank you so much.
Oh, that was so good. Thank
Alright,
you
celebrate.
so much. That was awesome, and so on point. So on point. Thank you, Queen.
Thank you.
All right, caller, we have you on the line from 585 area code.
This is my heart right here.
Oh, is that your wife?
This is
Ah, yay!
Yes, hi.
Hey, it's Lashana, right? Is that her
Yes,
name?
this is Shauna. How are you?
Oh, I'm so good. Thank you for sharing your husband with the world. This is so awesome. Thank you for making that sacrifice, girl.
And so he's a blessing to everyone in this world. He has a powerful message. And just like I told him, this is the first of many.
Yes, yes. Well, thank you so much. You know, how long have you guys been married?
Ooh, 8 years.
8 years. Okay, okay. So, what has been, he talks a lot about healing. In what ways has he healed you in your marriage?
He's helped to heal me on so many levels. First, I was broken because I lost my father. So I was dealing with that. And he helped me to overcome that. He helped me to deal with the not feeling a sense of loss with my family, my own individual family, just because I'm different from them. So he helped me with that, and just helped me to learn how to love myself, because I didn't know how to do that.
Wow. That is so powerful. Well, thank you so much. And I look forward to meeting you. Hopefully, I'll get to meet you.
We gotta have dinner.
Yeah, definitely. I'll get to see you tomorrow and meet your beautiful little daughters. But thank you so much for calling in.
Yes, I just wanted to show support. I love you.
I love you too.
All right, thanks.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah. It's been a long road. You know, she was being nice. You know, we've been married like a year. You know, but I had to, like I said, I had to get rid of things. You know,
Okay,
I
so
grew
you
up-
guys been together for 8
Yeah,
years.
but, you know-
legally married for a year.
Yeah. So
Gotcha.
you know, we you
Now,
know,
she
I
was
had to-
right. You've been married
She-
for
yeah,
8
yeah,
years.
exactly.
You just
And
been
that's
on
the-
paper for one.
Exactly. Like I told you, that's what my aunt taught me.
Hold on a second. Hey, caller, you are live on the air with Dr. Intimacy and K-LON. Did you call to join our naked discussion?
I did.
All right, who's calling? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Rochester, New York.
Okay.
My name is Rochelle, by the way.
Peace, Rochelle. How are you?
Hi, love. How are you?
I am
Good to
doing
see you.
amazing.
Good to hear you doing your thing.
Thank you. I appreciate you. She's amazing singer.
You already
too.
know.
Yep. Hey, you know, we gotta record some music as soon as I touch down. You know, we definitely gonna
Of course,
record.
love.
Yep.
You already know I'm ready. I just wanted to give my support, and I've had you out since day one. You know what I mean? And I just wanted to speak on the self-love, live, person. You know what I mean? You never know when God puts you with someone, the connection, whether it's friends, whether it's family, whether it's your significant others. You have to first have that self-love, and then everything else will follow. And K-LON has always spoken to me about a lot of self-love and always just motivating me from day one, being my friend. So I thank y'all for just allowing me to be on the show. Y'all doing your thing. I've been listening the whole time. I love it.
Thank you.
Well,
I love
awesome. And remember, we're here every Wednesday night from 9 to 11. Well, actually 10 to midnight
Yeah,
there
yeah.
on the East Coast. So
Yeah.
don't let this be the last time. Follow us on Inspired Intimacy Talk Radio on Facebook so you can stay up to date when our shows come.
Yes.
No doubt, Mama. Thank you. K-LON, I love you.
I love you too, love.
Thank you, hon.
Peace.
Thank you. Peace.
And everybody listening right now, make sure you subscribe for my mailing list. Go to
Yes.
drintimacy.com and you can subscribe to my mailing list so you can stay in touch with everything that we have going on. Get the books. I got some new books coming out actually that I'm super excited about on
Yes.
intimacy. So
Please get that. It is soul food.
yeah.
For the mind.
Oh yeah, he said you gotta feed yourself healthy food.
Yes.
So I'm telling you, my books are
Yes.
food for your spirit and your soul, and they cleanse you. They really, really purge because they're so full of raw, cutting truth, you know, just opening your eyes to the awareness of what's really going on.
Right.
And you know, the truth is what sets us free.
Yes, it does.
It is.
Yes, it does.
The Bible says, "Be ye transformed what? By the renewing of the mind." How do you renew your mind? It's with new information.
Exactly.
The only way you can renew your mind is with new information.
Yes.
And so that is the only way to be transformed, is to get that new information and to be transformed.
Right.
There's a difference between changing and transforming. You know that, right?
Yep.
Anything that changes can change back.
Exactly.
But once you transform,
It's a new creature.
you can never go back to the form that you had before you tranced.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
So, you know, it's like you transfer
Yeah.
into something
I
else.
call
And
it
so,
reincarnation.
oh yeah, or regeneration is what I
Yeah,
call it.
yeah.
Yes, because we're constantly regenerating,
Yeah.
regenerating,
Right.
and so you know, we don't want to just change.
Right.
We want to transform,
Yeah.
and that's a big mistake that people make, and it so goes in line with this topic of self-love. What we do is sometimes we'll change for people
Yeah.
because we're reaching for that external love.
Right.
We want that validation.
Exactly.
We want that approval. We want the accolades. One of my friends who's been, you know, a life coach to me, he asked me the other day, "What is your greatest challenge?" And I answered immediately.
Right.
I fear nothing. I'm bold. I don't care what people think about me.
Right,
I
right.
mean, I'm just like, I'm out there.
Yeah.
I knew instantly what my greatest challenge was.
That.
I said, I long for male validation.
Yeah.
I said, I got daddy issues.
Right. Right.
I mean, I didn't have to think about it. I know.
You're honest with yourself.
And he was like, wow. He was like, so how do you fix that? I was like, how can that be fixed? How can I fix the fact that my father rejected me? I was like, you can't fix it. You cope with it.
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And it's like, when I was talking to him about that, it's just being aware of yourself, that sometimes you are reaching outside of yourself to get something, like the sister who called in and said is already inside of me.
Right.
Yes, I should have been able to get that from a father,
Yeah.
but I didn't. But even if I got it from my father, his only role in my life would have been to guide me to find it within myself.
Exactly.
It's not like he was supposed to be a never-ending supply of that anyway, because your parents aren't here forever anyway. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So here I was longing for something that I can't have. That season of my life is over. But had that season been fulfilled, it only would have led me to this place that I'm at right now, where I learned how to discover that within myself anyway.
Exactly.
And so what happens is sometimes we change. And I want you to hear me. We change. We don't transform.
Right.
We change for people so that we can get their validation,
Right.
because we are craving external love. We think that we need to get that from an external
outside.
source. So I'm going to change for you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be authentic anymore. My process is no longer genuine.
Right.
This is not a genuine process, because I'm only doing this to get your approval, to get your validation, to live up to your standards and your expectations.
Wow.
And so we're no longer having a genuine, authentic experience as a unique soul on the earth, because I changed for you. And so when you go away, I've contorted myself into this weird form that I can't even gel with, and I start to change back, and I'm all warped, and I change back now.
Right.
And then somebody else comes along. Now I got to change for you,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because I need your validation now.
Right. Right.
So I
That
change for you, and I'm all warped and deformed and disfigured and discombobulated, and you go away.
Yeah.
Now I got to change again,
Right.
because now I got to change for you, because you got a whole different set of opinions and standards and expectations. You see what I'm saying? So the whole process is so fake. People are so They're so phony.
Yeah.
People are such hypocrites, but they don't really mean to be.
Right.
It's not even intentional. People are subconsciously just fake.
Yeah.
Because they've changed so many times trying to get external approval and validation that they don't even remember where that first change happened.
Right.
And how many times the change has taken place.
Yeah.
You ever go through, you're an artist, you
Yeah.
you use a computer, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever gone through and made so many changes on a document and you're trying to undo and you don't remember where the problem started? It's like, wait, I undid this too many times.
Right.
And you're going back and you're doing this whole series of undo. And it's like, man, wait, I don't even remember what I messed up now.
Right.
Sometimes you just got to close that sucker and go back to the last point. It was right.
Exactly.
And like start over again. So, it's not just about changing. We can't change for people. You need to transform. We need to conform back into the image and likeness of God, that greatness with which we were created. We've relinquished that. We've been raped of it, but we relinquished so much more than what was stolen from us. We've actually given away.
Yeah. And it's deep because like just going back to the the self validation, I feel, I think everyone does that, like say if my mother would always, ask me like, am I pretty? I'm like, Mom, you are beautiful. You look good. No matter how many times I would say it, she would still feel, that she wasn't beautiful. But if you look at my mom, she looked like, my sister, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And she's very youthful, but it's relationships, relationships with self, relationships with people, and it starts at home. It starts in the womb. If we don't have, that love, and nourishment, like, my mom, she told me when she had me, when she was pregnant with me, she didn't do drugs, she didn't do anything, she would eat healthy, so I came out healthy, I came out with a healthy mind and, a healthy spirit, and when she was pregnant with me, she was a flight attendant, so she was always on the move. So like, I'm always on the go, so it starts, in there, so when we grow out of that, we go through these experiences and relationships, with people, and even men, like, men often, are insecure about their size, so they would, if a man makes love to a woman, he gets that validation from her expressions and her reactions from love making, to make him feel good about himself. I've been there, so it definitely works, both ways, but when we embrace, that God within self, the love within self, and see that, the validation is already inside, then, we won't have to, be, we don't have to reach out, to get that on the outside, but we have to be taught that, like you said, we have to be transformed, and the transformation, it does not come overnight. It's an everyday process, an everyday exercise. Every day I stress that word, because, we have to build strength within ourselves, and we have to, exercise love. Exercise just waking up in the morning, looking in the mirror and saying good things to yourself. If you need the external validation, let the external validation be you looking in the mirror and seeing yourself and saying, you are beautiful, you are great, you are amazing, you look good, you feel good today. Don't go out in the world without doing that, because we all need that self-validation, whether it comes from, other people or if it just comes. Give it to yourself first, because if you give it to yourself, you won't feel like you have to get it from everything outside of you.
Right. Well, that must be why I take so many selfies.
Yeah. Hey, don't never let people call you arrogant for taking pictures of yourself, because you have to live in this body. You have to live in your skin, and if you're not happy in your skin, that's suicidal.
That's true, and I used to be really unhappy. I mean, I thought I was ugly. I really thought I was ugly.
Yeah.
I struggled with that. People told me I was pretty, and I couldn't see it.
Right.
I couldn't see it, and so I had to actually. It's interesting you talk about exercise.
Go to the next song too. So good. That's what that song is about. It's
Okay.
confidence building.
We'll play that song then. I literally had to exercise that. I had to tell myself that I was beautiful.
Yeah.
Over and over and over again, because for some reason it was in my mind that I was not attractive.
Wow.
And so I had to tell myself for months and months and months. I had to keep looking in the mirror. I would go to the store. I would put clothes on. Even if I couldn't afford to buy it, I wanted to see what I looked like in different types of clothes. I go in expensive stores and I would put expensive clothing on, even if I couldn't afford it. And I would tell myself that I looked good. And I had to exercise that. I had to keep feeding myself that healthy, you said we got to feed ourselves healthy stuff, right? I had to keep feeding myself that healthy self-image, that healthy self-image. You do, that's so powerful. I mean, I never made the connection the way you've made it for us today, K-LON. Thank you for bringing that to light, that exercise. I was doing it, but I never articulated it the way that you've just articulated. I had to go through the...
We all are pieces.
Yeah.
To this big puzzle.
And I had to go through that exercise to get to that point where I'm at today. And like, now I'm like super self-confident. I mean, I feel beautiful when I wake up in the morning, and I love that. Right. Like when I wake up, sleepy head, morning breath, hair all over the place. I'm like, dang, girl, you're so cute. You're so cute.
I walk past the mirror and I'm like, oh my God.
Right.
Yeah.
And I had to feel that way about myself. I mean, if I don't feel that way about me, I diminish the possibility or the probability that anybody else is going to feel that way about me. And the sister that called in, the 313 number, what was her name?
Sha.
Oh my gosh. Sha is like a shock.
That's why I call her shock.
Yeah.
Shock, the chakra. She is the alignment. She's the alignment.
She did. She was like a shock to the mind.
Yeah.
But
you want to know supreme mathematics? She knows it.
She said something like she awakened something in me when she was talking about that self-love. Oh my gosh, I lost it. Come back to me. She was talking about that self-love. Oh, I remember now. And she was talking about how that love is within. She said you can't love anybody until you tap into the love of God that's already in you.
Yep.
And you know what I found? That is so true, because obviously if I think I'm ugly, I don't love myself, I don't like myself, I didn't enjoy my company, and that will cause you to really reach externally. When you don't enjoy your own company, that really brings promiscuity into your life. And promiscuity is not just sexual indiscretion. Promiscuity is about always having somebody or something in your life, not being able to sit still, not being quiet, not knowing what you want to do. You keep changing your major, your job, your interests, your friends, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your sexual orientation. You buy, you try, you know what I mean? Promiscuity can manifest in a lot of ways, not just in sexual indiscretion. You can be bouncing from church to church and school to school and career to career. So that shows up in a lot of different ways. But
it's a lot of anxiety.
When it is, oh my gosh, when you don't love yourself, you are repellent. When you don't love yourself, you actually bring rejection into your life. But this sounds crazy. It's an oxymoron. But you attract rejection.
Yes. That's a fact.
That's deep, isn't it?
That's a fact.
You
Because
literally
we
attract.
reject ourselves.
You attract rejection.
Yeah.
When you don't walk in self-love.
Right.
And when you walk in self-love, you actually attract love. More people love you.
Exactly.
When you love yourself, people love you.
Yep.
When you like yourself,
people
like you.
The law of attraction is real.
When you enjoy yourself, people enjoy being around you.
Exactly.
And so we think that we can fix this by somebody coming in from external,
outside.
And actually anybody that comes into our lives, they're really a reflection
of us,
of how we already feel about ourselves. So if somebody comes in your life and they're not treating you with respect, that's because you don't respect yourself.
Exactly.
If they don't love you, that's because you don't love you. If they don't like you, it's because you don't like you.
I tell people all the time, like throughout my life, I had to build up, a self-respect, to where, and I'm not trying to sound cocky, but a lot of people don't come to me with BS. They don't come to me, with drama, because they already know how I am.
Right.
I'm not about to accept, drama within myself. So I'm not about to allow you to bring drama into my cipher.
You want me to play a song?
Yeah,
now?
so good. This is the validation from the outside, but the validation is to remind you that the validation comes from inside you.
Okay. So this is So Good. Is this one
So
by
good.
you?
Yep.
This is So Good by artist K-LON. You're listening to Inspired Intimacy Talk Radio with yours truly, Dr. Intimacy, and my special guest K-LON, all the way in from New York.
Black Soul.
Yeah, owner of Black Soul Records. He's an artist, musician, and visual artist.
Yes.
So he
Actor
is.
too. I played Frederick Douglass not too long ago in Rochester, New York. They gave me like $500 to do 3 15-minute performances. I do
Okay.
an amazing Frederick Douglass.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
I am an orator.
All right. I can definitely see that. But we're talking tonight about the power of self-love
Yes.
when sex is not your God. And so just rising above that external need for validation and love to come from an external source and tapping into that intrinsic source of love. So tonight, if you're watching with us, we thank you so much. You are being your own Valentine tonight. We're teaching you how to be your own Valentine, how to treat yourself good, how to love yourself, how to have that quality time with you, how to go on a date with you.
Exactly.
And so that's what this song is about. It's about that intrinsic validation. It's called So Good, and we're going to listen to that now, and we'll be right back after the break.
Yeah.
You guys enjoying this? I am so enjoying
Thank you
this
for
conversation.
staying with us.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying this.
I got some artwork right here.
Okay,
This is a picture I painted of Frederick Douglass.
show them. This is some of his artwork.
Yeah.
Get it understood,
Wow.
baby, you look good, just like you should. The women wish they could look like you, cook like you,
See that?
read a book like
Pretty
you, keep me hooked like you. You got me stuck like glue by the way that you move
What
and
else
the
you
things
got?
that you do. Got me
That's
feeling
nice.
like ooh, girl,
Like
you
this,
so
this is me
amazing.
playing
Your
Frederick
love
Douglass.
tastes sweeter than a raisin.
Oh, okay, I saw that show online. That's what it was.
You
Okay.
making moves, got the haters hating. You bring grace to everything you put on. From a business dress to a blue tone. I'll never bore your attraction is too strong. You stay in my system like a
So doing like
neutron.
a book
Decide if you
What's that? Is that Harry Cohen?
Yeah,
your
so
outfit
that's the
nice with
original.
your shoes on.
That's my baby.
Hey, Mama. Is that one of your daughters?
That's my little cousin right there. That's my girl. These are
Ah, look at the babies. What's his daughters?
my babies right there.
Those are the babies right there.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, they're so cute. They look like twins.
They do. They're a year, 5 days apart. I didn't waste no time.
Yeah, mine's are close. I got a 10 and 11-year-old, and then I got a 14, 15, 16, and 17-year-old, and a 23-year-old.
Wow. When is your birthday?
July 2nd.
July 2nd.
Love your eyes, loving your face. Loving your aura,
Tupac right there.
grace. Love how you smell and love how you taste. You look so good, girl. You look so good, girl. You look so good, girl. Like you should. You look good. So good, girl.
This girl, she has a little cousin.
Baby, you look good.
It's crazy
Why you
because
tripping?
my
Why
godmother
you flipping every day? You looking different. Don't try to find something wrong.
she seen
Ain't
this
nothing
picture
missing.
and
Pay
she said,
attention to
I
your
want
rings,
to draw
baby girl.
this
You
lady. And the story is that
inside
she
and
was a
out.
prostitute.
Queen, you're
And so
beautiful.
when
Don't
she
you
did
ever
it,
doubt.
every time she looked in
Let
the mirror,
self-hate come
she
out
felt
your
like
mouth
she didn't see
because
her
that's
reflection.
not what we
You know what
are
I'm saying? So she's getting
about.
ready for
Your smile is
So what
captivating.
I'm doing on my
And I know your mind
a
can't grab a
story
nation.
of just pictures and no
Your
words.
thoughts
So
intelligent,
I'm gonna
talk
end up
is
drawing her whole
eloquent,
life.
walk is heaven
That's
sent.
nice.
Your style is elegant, and your conversation is relevant. Not to mention you're so damn sexy. I'm just
What are you talking about, grinding? Ask her what advice she give for newlyweds. Who? You want to ask K-LON?
Who wanna ask her?
Or who's her? Did you mean him? Are you talking about me or our caller?
What's the question?
Who are you talking about? Type it in the thread.
I'll answer any question.
I want you to tell people how to get your music when you come back, okay? Alright, we're about to come back on the air. Hey everybody, thank you for staying with us during that break. And you are tuned into Inspired Intimacy Talk Radio, where we're having naked discussions about love, light, and intimacy.
Yeah.
No socks.
No socks.
You know what no socks means
Yeah,
now,
raw.
right? Completely naked for grown folks only.
Yes.
We're broadcasting live from Fishbowl Radio Network in the Blue Stream from the beautiful city of Arlington, Texas. And I have a special guest with me, Mr. K-LON, all the way from New York, visiting with yours truly, Dr. Intimacy. I have truly been enjoying this dialogue tonight. You've been sharing some of your music with us, some custom tracks that you've done. And tell us how we can get your music. That was so good.
So good. So good is on the I Just Wanna Love album. It has a actually I'm gonna boost it today. It has a black Cupid and a black Betty Boop on the cover. This album can be found on iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, Tidal, RDIO, Amazon, all of the online streaming stores, all of the online music stores. You look up K-LON the artist, K-LON the artist, K-LON the artist.
Okay, and what site was that? I'm sorry.
iTunes.
iTunes?
Yep. Amazon, Spotify, Tidal, any online store, Pandora.
Do you have a website that they can go to?
Yep,
where they can...
blacksoulrecords.com.
Okay, and
Yep.
that's spelled black like BLACK?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Blacksoulrecords.com, and they'll be able to get to your music
From the website.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that
We actually have this interview on the front cover of the website right now. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
cool. That's cool. That's
Yeah.
what's up.
So as soon as you go to blacksoulrecords.com, you will see the interview by K-LON the artist and Miss Intimacy.
Hey.
Yeah. Get the book. Spiritually Transmitted Diseases.
No, my book is called Sexually Transmitted Demons. STDs. Actually, the book is
Sexually Transmitted
STDs.
Demons.
Sexually Transmitted Demons. And I have another one called The Spirits of Sexual Perversion reference book. And it's a total
Get that.
breakdown of
Elevation.
11 different spirits of perversion.
Wow.
Interesting. You were showing me the picture of the lady. He drew a picture of a lady.
Yeah.
She's looking in the mirror, but there's nothing in the mirror. She
No
can't.
reflection.
She can't see herself.
Yes.
And you said she was a prostitute.
Yep, she was a prostitute.
Which I thought was very interesting because in my book, The Spirits of Sexual Perversion, I talk about the spirit of prostitution.
Wow.
And how you actually lose sight of yourself.
Yep.
So that is so deep.
That's a picture right there.
Yeah, so she's looking in the mirror. It's kind of hard to see, but there's like no reflection there.
No reflection.
And so for those of you guys looking now, if you want to follow me, go to drintimacy.com. You pull up Dr. Intimacy, you'll find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Follow me everywhere on social media. I have a blog. I'm on LinkedIn. But if you go to my website, drintimacy.com, that's my website is so big. I call it the mall. The Mall of Lenin. That's what I call it. The Mall of Lenin.
It's so many things so many items, so much shopping. You will not go past one store and be dissatisfied. Trust and believe that.
Yeah, the Mall of Lenin. So when you go to drintimacy.com, it's just kind of like a site attraction website. It shows you all the little stuff that's on my main website, and then you go to the big one, and everything is there.
Yes.
But please follow me and share my information. I'm actually starting a project really soon, in about probably the next 4 to 6 weeks. I'm going to start something called Dr. Intimacy's Book Club.
Yeah.
And what I'm going to be doing in the book club is actually going to be through an online platform. I'm going to be teaching people.
Oh yeah.
Out of my books, I'm going to be teaching in depth the type of conversation that we're having tonight. I'm going to be teaching in depth about these things that people don't know, because I get contacted on a daily basis from people all over the world. My books I wrote it in 2000. I published it in 2005.
Wow.
It's a classic title. It sells every month, and even though it's an old book, because of what it deals with, I mean, it's a classic topic. It's not something that's trending.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
exactly.
Like, that's going to be trending forever.
Right,
You
right.
know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I have people constantly contacting me, asking me, can they get some more information? I want to talk to you. I wanted to ask you a question. And I mean, literally from everywhere, just within the last, 10 days or so, Germany, Europe, Mexico, Canada, Africa, the U.S., New York, Texas, just like in the last 10 days. These is just every day. And so I had just been praying about a way that I could really help people more efficiently, because obviously I don't have time to talk to people
Right.
all day long like that. And so what I'm going to do is Dr. Intimacy's book club, where I'll be getting online once a week in a video, like webinar format, and just teaching people and letting them ask me questions.
Yeah.
So all of those
Absolutely.
questions that people want to ask, you'll be able to plug into me.
Right.
So make sure you're following my website, subscribe to my mailing list so you can get that information and follow along and share my information. If you know somebody that needs some help, you want to plug them into this, because we want all of our people to be whole
Yes.
and healthy. We want our souls to be healthy, and
Yeah.
really teaching people to tap into
We have to
self-love.
explode into infinite sun rays and reach everyone and everything.
Sun
every life
rays.
form.
I love that.
Yeah.
And I'll be definitely doing some more projects with you. You guys
yeah.
you can count on that. This
Oh,
was
yeah.
a divine
Hey,
connection.
that's
so.
why I came to you, so I can get more wisdom. Like I'm one of those people, like I don't, I'm more inner. I'm a student. I learned that I spent a lot of time in my younger days, I'm talking like I'm super young, but trying to be understood, and a wise man taught me, to stop trying to be understood and just understand. So I've been,
Wow.
I've been, trying my best, and challenging myself to, stick by that and, not erase God out with the ego, and
Edging
just
God
listen.
out.
Yeah, and just listening, so with you talking about that topic, it guided the song, because you went more personal, and when you went personal, it made me want to get personal and talk about my experiences and how my mom, what happened to my mom before I was born affected her and affected me. It's like it's a generational thing. So
We got the same testimony.
Yeah.
That happened to my mom too, and,
Yeah.
and my grandma. The whole song just could have been about me.
yeah.
So
My mom would love you. I can't wait to get her on it. She's actually auditioning for The Voice. So she's in New Orleans right now with my little brother. They having fun at Mardi Gras.
So real quick, Grindin wanted to know what advice you would have for a newlywed, and we're almost out of time. So give him a little piece of advice.
Listening. Listen more than you speak. There's a reason why we have 2 ears, 2 eyes, and 1 mouth. We're supposed to listen more than we talk. And in my situation and my relationship, I've learned the art of listening. It's more effective. So listen. Unconditional love. But before we get unconditional love, we have to listen to each other.
That's good. And Grindin, you never responded to my comment, but you definitely don't want to say you love me like a fat kid loves cake. Yeah,
Right.
that's not a wise thing to say to
Yin
your
and
wife.
yang. Yeah, definitely not. Hey,
We need to talk about that.
yeah, yin and yang will break that down too. Man is the sun, woman is the earth. We come together, we make this work. I guide the seas, you make them breathe. I give them love, you help them see. The song Yin and Yang is about balance. So it's crazy that he asked that question. The last song touches on, not the solution, but a metaphoric way of looking at man and woman as equal. And we have a different position to play to bring about balance and harmony.
Well, that's great. Well, guys, we are unbelievably out of time. So I really enjoyed spending this time with you, though. And how long are you going to be in town?
We are going to be here another day, and then we have to go to Houston because my mom auditions for The Voice in Houston, Texas.
So you'll still be here tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll be here
All
tomorrow.
right. So maybe if time permits, because I would like to make dinner for you and your wife tomorrow.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so they'll be dining at Dr. Intimacy's house, getting some
yes.
intimate food tomorrow.
Yeah.
So if time permits, we can do a Facebook Live video tomorrow.
Yeah,
we can do a follow up if you guys have some
part two,
questions. Yeah, we can do a little part
with the
two.
kids, with the kids.
So I don't know about that. But yeah, definitely. So share the video and maybe we'll do a part 2 tomorrow.
Yeah.
But thank you guys. I enjoyed you so much, K-LON. Thank you for the sacrifice. Thank you for coming and spending Valentine's Day with me and my audience. We really enjoyed you, and I hope that you guys have taken something away tonight about self-love, that Valentine's Day is never going to mean the same thing to us going forward. It's going to have a whole new meaning, a whole new perspective. So all of you that didn't have Valentine's dates tonight, I know you're feeling real happy now, aren't you? Like, hey, you know what I mean? I was in the right place at the right time.
Exactly.
But you've been listening to Inspired Intimacy Talk Radio with yours truly, Dr. Intimacy, where we're having naked discussions about love, life, and intimacy every Wednesday night from 9 to 11 p.m. Central Time. That's 10 to 12 a.m. Eastern Time, right here in the Blue Stream on Fishbowl Radio Network. We're having discussions, No Socks, with the No Socks crew, Mr. Motion, BZ, and Southern Belle. They'll be back with us next week, hopefully. But until then, you definitely held it down, K-LON. You were enough for a whole team. You were able to replace the whole team. So
man, I appreciate that.
I love you guys, and we'll be back next week. So make sure you stick with us. Remember, follow us on Facebook, Inspired Intimacy Talk Radio fan page, and we're gonna go out with Yin and Yang, K-LON's song Yin and
Black
Yang.
Soul.
Dorothy, you said you know that now. Oh, if I could have been a fly on the wall, I was cracking up when I read that. Oh my gosh, I was rolling. Like, no, he did not. I couldn't even claim you. Like, I never taught you anything if you said that to your wife.
Love you too.
Hey guys, thank you so much for joining us.
That's my auntie Regina. That's the one that taught me Kwanzaa.
Okay, awesome.
But she taught me, to be gentle. She said, be gentle, with your wife.
Hey, thank you everybody for joining. I gotta turn all these lights off and get out of here. I really appreciate you guys. Bye. Bye, guys.